Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind you. The heart of a lion, a team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind you. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Tuesday edition of YSN Live, and we got a great show for you. 3 great interviews coming up. One of them already in the can, so I know that one's a good one. DJ Yoakley, Anthony Hartwig with you. Hope you all had a chance to have a nice day off and reflect and understand why you were able to have that day off on that beautiful Monday, weather-wise. Thanks a lot, Mother Nature. Appreciate that. Saving up for that Monday of Memorial Day. But we got some interesting things to talk about today, Ant, because Mother Nature continued to dampen the spirits.
Yeah.
We are in big trouble, I think, when it comes to playoffs, because tomorrow, a lot of action going on and a lot of weather coming in.
Yeah, it doesn't look too promising tomorrow. Storm Tracker 21 currently has the chance of precipitation tomorrow locked in at 90%. So not great. We're not going to lie. Not great. But we dealt with worse last week, and we got through it, and we got through the districts, and we'll do the same thing. We'll get through regionals whenever they play. We'll have someone get to state, you know.
I wonder what happens because a Wednesday is way different than a Monday. Because Monday you can push back, back. Wednesdays get a little sketchy.
Yeah, I think for the districts, people were starting to get real nervous because they had to have those districts in by Sunday because that's when the OHSA wanted to make their decisions on where these regionals were going to be. These regionals were going to be placed based on who qualified for regionals. They weren't set sites. So there's a lot of pressure like, hey, no matter what, let's get these games in on Saturday. Some of the fields probably weren't necessarily great with all the rain we got Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. But it was just like one of those things like, hey, let's buckle up Buttercup and get these games in. And it might be like that this week because even Thursday and Friday, there's a chance of rain. We might be dodging raindrops all week and just find a place to play it and play it. You know, the luxury of having it close to home might go away if they're like, hey, you know what? We have to play it somewhere. Find the turf field. We had that happen last year in regionals. Remember, that was not originally scheduled to be champion in South Range playing in Avon. We had to move to Avon because they had to find a field to play on. There's that turf field up in Avon. So it might end up being that again on Saturday. It might just be like, hey, we have to get these games in. Where can we go that's a turf field? Oh, there's one down in Avon, or there's one down in Alliance, or I think Twinsburg has one, North Ridgeville, North Royalton. Like, let's just find a place to play.
Which is terrible because you've got 2 local teams. Mm-hmm. You're driving further than either school should to do it. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But I'm looking at Storm Tracker 21 right now. It's got a 20% chance of rain today. Yeah, I can see it. Tomorrow, 100% chance of rain, Anthony.
They moved it up now. Now it's
You
like it's
don't-
happening.
you don't see that 100% very often. A 40% chance of rain on Thursday. On Friday, a 30% chance. On Saturday, you've got a 40% chance. Sunday, 0% chance. Monday, 0% chance.
Can we just move it up to today? Hey, we're not gonna rain today. Let's just forget Wednesday. Let's just move it up to today.
For our sake, I hope not.
I know.
You got one guy that sleeps and another guy that doesn't feel real great, so it wouldn't bode well for us.
They did not start
on
out
this
great.
team. Things haven't really shaken out our way on this particular Memorial Week. But we have 2 games tomorrow scheduled for postseason. The South Range doubleheader. You've got the girls playing champion at 2:00. You and I will be there, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then a 5:00 at, I believe, Scene Park with Mooney on the baseball side of things. So I will be there. So this could be a very interesting 24 hours for the Raiders, per se, when it comes to continuing their season into regionals or into districts. So
And we'll also have the second game from YSU tomorrow, I believe. They have a sponsor lined up in LeBray, so LeBray versus Akron Manchester. Right after that South Range champion game will also be locked down. I'll stay there, and you'll go to the Mooney baseball game, and we'll have both
I'll be
those covered.
sprinting. I'm going to make a prediction. We don't get him in. Just gonna make a prediction.
Bold prediction.
I think YSU is the best shot at getting them in.
Kind of, but we've known that YSU is kind of quick on the draw when it comes to canceling games, because they'd have to pay field workers to make sure the field's okay. Like YSU is kind of that guy that's like, if there's any chance that it might get bad, they're just like, let's go, next day.
That doesn't do anything for us.
I know that's not exactly great.
And Scene has been quick as well, because if they lose their fields, they're toast. I mean, like, for the rest of the year.
Exactly.
And they've got an entire summer that has coincidentally started right here on YSN for Class B for 14U. So I don't know, Ant. I'm the bold prediction, sure to go wrong, is we're not playing tomorrow. That's my guess.
Here's the good news about YSU. Like, the field's not going to get wrecked, so we can't play tomorrow even if it doesn't rain. I mean, Thursday, even if it doesn't rain. So that's the good news about having games at like YSU or the other turf fields in the region. If it rains, we can't play. But the next day, it's not going to be like, well, it's not raining, but the fields are trash because it rained a lot yesterday. So that's the good news about YSU.
I mean, we can play at athletics. I think that'd be
could
cool.
play at athletics.
It's the only dome we know.
It's got a regulation softball field.
Can you imagine? The only people, it'd be like COVID. The only people allowed in are YSN.
Right.
And you get like 2 tickets. That'd be wild. I mean, hey, you want to play ball? Let's play ball.
Ceiling is the automatic out. Sorry, guys. Don't have to catch it.
There'd be so many people that'd be so mad.
But all things, we're talking about the downside of rain. But the fact is, we have, I believe, if I'm mentally remember right, 10 softball teams in regionals, with the guarantee of one team getting into the regional finals with the all YSN regional semi and champion versus South Range. But it's been a really good season. We've had a lot of teams get even further. We had 16 teams playing in regionals, and now we have 16 teams playing in the district championships, now 10 going into the regional semis. Not too shabby.
Well, we had an interesting conversation last week, which I don't know if you have, but I have gotten a lot of blowback from saying that this is the best era of baseball and softball that our region has ever had. Did you hear anything?
I did not. I did not hear any blowback. It must have been sent to your personal page.
Hey, with all due respect, I've had a lot of people that have been like, hey, I heard what you said. I like it. Or I heard what you said. I disagree. I'm going to tell you, and listen, we've had professional baseball players come out of this region.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of them are coaching now from that aspect. Weren't the guys that were complaining. But like a bunch of those like fringe guys, like fringe college guys like me, basically put their varsity jacket back on from 20 years ago and said, "Hey, we would have kicked all these teams' tails." I don't know about that. I think the old memory is forsaking you. Like it is not. I don't know that this generation would win 10 out of 10.
We've had, like, and I said this when we were having this conversation, we've had more talented teams and more talent, maybe but the widespreadness right now, that's what's the best. The fact that we have 10 softball teams going to regionals, and we're probably going to have a good amount of baseball teams going to regionals too. You can sit there and say it's because of the expansion of divisions, but still, we have really,
this was happening before,
widespread good softball and baseball teams. It used to be like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 teams were stacked with this ridiculous talent. But now it's, 10 teams that are good enough to make it to the Sweet 16.
I mean, and it shows. I talked to you last night a little bit. We were doing our all-star picks late at night, and it was 90-some invites are going to go out for baseball.
For
90
baseball
invitations for baseball.
That means if all of them say yes, we're going to have a wild day.
Let's play some ball.
45 in the lineup. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, we got relievers in mid-inning. Like, we're ready to go. But, I mean, it's hard to deny some of the talent. And guess what? We still probably didn't get it all in. I mean, you could easily take 100, 120. It's one of those situations where I think you could probably – oh, here we go. Oh, I don't know if we're on the right screen name, Mrs. Coons. I graduated 20 years ago. The game is so much better now. My high school team, is a player. Yeah. I see. I knew it. Boom.
She's using her daughter's burner account. Okay. No, yeah,
this will be used in a court of law at some point. I've got a feeling about it. Got to be real careful there, Jen. Real careful. I think that she's right, though. This era is a better era than it was 20 years ago. And 20 years ago was better than it was 20 years prior to that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
but it's bigger, faster, stronger. Your TikTok last night showcased a Tennessee Volunteer throwing essentially 118 miles an hour or whatever it is.
Yeah,
or 111 miles an hour.
Yeah, which equates to 111 in baseball, which is just, it's nuts.
I think that's a stupid comparison anyway, by the way.
I know. They're just like the reaction time that you need to swing.
They're just trying to get all the guys to go, ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. But from my perspective, it's this era. And you have to, and we're not just saying this because we showcase this. I mean, you have to actually look into this. Like, the baseball IQ is so much higher. Softball IQ is so much higher. Softball 20 years ago, people were begging. Like you had to recruit the hallways constantly. And I think you're begging kids to play softball that had zero interest or were just looking for something to do, because track has always been and continues to be, as you have these great conversations on Wednesdays with Coach Sipe. I mean, track is a standout from this area for as long as time can be recorded. And now you're getting some of those faster players that are either doing track and softball or doing track and baseball. It's more popular, I think, from just maybe not nationally, but here you see the success and it bleeds over. We talked about back in 2018, Anthony, if you turn back, get in the DeLorean and you turn back time a little bit, we posed the question, I remember, what will this do, a state championship, to South Range and the players moving forward? And you fast forward, 7 years? And this is what you have. You have some of these outstanding players that are on the come up at South Range, not just the ones that are in high school now, but the ones that were watching this as just little Raiders, watching this happen, and they've invested into baseball because they saw what was happening. They want to be like Jake Gehring. They want to be, like some of those players that we saw along the way. They see what's going to happen, and the success of this area just continues to breed success and success and success.
You're right, and you look at the amount of South Range state qualifiers that have happened since the first one happened, and I think the first one that they got it, the first like team state finalist, I believe it was boys soccer in 2015. But you go from 2015 to now, and the amount of teams that have made it to either a state Final Four or a state championship is ridiculous. It's like you knock that door down once.
Fitch is going to have a huge effect from their back-to-back titles, from the Sidney Watts effect, the Ayla Ray effect. You've already seen it within our own four walls with Ty Bartell and Chloe. You know what I mean? Like there's a huge opportunity that these kids are going to go, I want to be like this person. Mm-hmm. And where I think the biggest effect's going to be, and it needed to happen, is basketball. These day games, these noon games that they do in the winter, they're going to generate interest, and already have generated interest for kids to go play basketball because parents are busy. They're not always able to get to a 7:00 game or make it happen because, hey, guess what? These peewee teams, these little league teams, they've got practice, and parents can't make 5:00 practices, so it's a 7:00 practice, and it sucks. You can't watch the big kids play, but there's a general interest when you see that the lights, the spectacle, the event. It is something to behold, and we need to start focusing, not just us, but coaches and programs and schools need to start focusing heavily on the future of their program. We talk to coaches all the time, and they say, hey, the young ones, that's where it's at, because you got to build those numbers first. And then that's where that big wave comes from and I'm sure Jen Coons could tell us, a lot of stories about those player nights where they have the autographs during the game, which I think are the best things, the absolute best things in the world, because you're generating interest and kids can see themselves in those shoes someday. And they actually and actively wait for those moments to come along to be signing autographs for the other ones or to be hosting clinics and camps and things like that. It pumps me up because getting these kids excited and wanting to be part of that next generation is unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's all with the you never want to forget the people that got there, right? The people that kind of put in the work to get a program to that place or to get a athletic room to that place. And that's why we're bringing up some of the great teams of the past that have kind of done it and gotten to the program to kind of see like, hey, this is possible. And then once the young kids say, hey, this is possible, our team is not something that, we go to, we win a district maybe, or that's the ceiling. Like we can go win a state championship here. That gets young people excited. And then it's a trickle down effect. It's in every level of sports, even college, you see what programs do when they kind of win a first state national championship. All of a sudden it's like guys want to get recruited there. They want to go to that place. 20 years ago, Alabama football wasn't on the map. And then Nick Saban came around, they started winning national championships, and now it's the place that every elite football player wants to play. It's the mecca of college football. But
I remember
that wasn't
Alabama
always the case.
Stunk.
Right.
No, Alabama sucked when we were growing up. They were terrible.
So when you bust through the ceiling of your program and say this is possible, it attracts it attracts the best. And that's just reality.
I also think that there's a lot of hey, we're gonna make this crew different in the like the 8U stages. We're gonna make this crew different. Sam talked about in his comment about specializing. And not specializing in a sport, but there's different activities that you can specialize, like lifts and different camps and things of that nature that you can get better without necessarily getting the quote unquote game reps that you necessarily had to get when you were younger to get better. It's completely different in this stage. Jen Coons talking. Hey, she changed the screen name. Hey, Jen, hey, way to go. Also youth camps. Yeah. Allowing the youth to have those moments, those role models. Exactly. And you're creating a heroic sense of belonging, right? We've heard that before somewhere. I don't know. For these young heroes, the ones that you're going to bump into at the grocery stores, the ones you're going to bump into, at the pizza restaurants and things that like you're creating this, and don't steal that heroic sense of belonging. That's ours. That's ours. Given to us by the wonderful Andy Hake. But I think that's what the best programs do, is they create that sense of belonging and the heroic sense of belonging for their student athletes. And they allow those role models to be role models. Like, everybody looks to the coaches for the authority. That's fine. You say whoa or you say go, but the kids, the ones that are living their dream right now, that 4-year window that is so precious, the best coaches allow those kids, even at the freshman level, to understand that you get a very fleeting chance to be somebody's hero for the rest of their life. I think we all can think about high schoolers when we were in middle school or we were in elementary school that we said we want to be like. And it's just, you hope that baton is passed, because there's no great player in any high school, in any program, that says, I want to be the best this program has ever been and the best this program will ever be. That is a selfish player, and we don't see a lot of that. Sam chiming in as well. Hey, we must have a hot topic here today. I like it. When you set the standard and everyone is looking to meet that standard, the program becomes elite. I like it. You know what else I like?
Standard.
Oh, gosh. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. You know what I like? I like, when you're talking about standards, one of the standards that has been raised is over in Howland. And the Tigers, on both the softball and baseball diamonds, have been absolutely leveling up year after year. And one of those reasons is a young man that we had a chance to interview earlier today, Luca Franzaglio. Wait, I said it wrong. How do I say it right? Franzaglio.
Franzaglio. It's a long A.
We're zagging before we should have been zagging. Get it? Anyway, terrible pun. But this young man is a great player, and it was great to catch up with him earlier today. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, from the Howland Tigers, Luca Franzaglio. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from Casa de Yokley. We have an awesome interview for you today. It is a Howland player profile with one of the top dogs in the entire area. We are so excited to be joined by a young man who makes an impact on and off the field, on and off the diamond, and literally in every sport that he plays. And he's looking for a home right now. So all you college recruiters, this is the guy you need to be picking up the phone and making those phone calls to right now. A young man that is high character, and yes, I can tell you, he is high impact when he puts those cleats on the diamond. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Howland Tigers, Luca Franzaglio. What's up, Luke?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Dude, I've never been better. Being able to talk to you. The Howland Tigers, they are, they are an absolute dog when it comes to when you guys get onto the field. You're unbelievable. I mean, you have been the orchestrator, so to speak, of this team. Talk to me about, the character of this team, the never say die attitude, and how you guys came to be seemingly one of the biggest thorns in everybody's side when it comes to the baseball diamond.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's just we don't want to lose. I mean, we're putting in the hours, putting in the work. I mean, we're just trying to get by, and I think that it's all because our whole team loves the sport, and we're just trying to do our best out there on the field.
I mean, when you look at what you guys have been able to overcome, the All-American Conference is naturally a tough conference on any diamond sport, any sport really. But it's always about everybody's talking about Canfields, everybody's talking about the Boardman, and here comes Howland and just upsetting everybody. And you guys have really been kind of the underdogs for as long as you've been in high school. And now you're at the forefront of everybody's mind. Nobody really wants to play you. Why is that?
I mean, we've been playing these games against our conference teams like with a chip on our shoulder. I mean, like you said, we've always been the underdogs. Everyone always thinks of Canfield. Everyone always thinks of Boardman and Fitch. But I mean, this year we kind of all like put our foot down and said, no, it's gonna be us this year. So I think that our whole team really stepped up to that role and all did their thing, and we're kind of cruising right now. So yeah.
You guys have a great group of dudes that are I mean, again, game ready seemingly every time you step off the bus. For you guys, it kind of changed whenever Britt Taylor came into it. What does head ball coach have to say to you guys, and how does he rally the troops?
I mean, he always gets us fired up. I mean, he's definitely the heart of the team. I'm not gonna lie. He definitely gets us going. I mean, he told us too. He was telling us last year when they made the AAC conference that we should all play with a chip on our shoulder, and that they disrespected us, and we need to come out as hard as ever this year. And I think what he's done for us this year has been outstanding, just like coaching wise and like getting us fired up wise. So I think he's doing a good job.
Do you guys feel like it's you against the world sometimes?
Definitely sometimes, yeah. I mean, last year when the AAC conference teams came out. I mean, he really thought we were disrespected, and so did half of our players. But I mean, yeah, this year we just came out. We were like, you know what, it's us against the world right now. We're just gonna go out there and play our best game, have people recognize us. So.
Well, you've never had any trouble getting recognized, man. You as soon as you step on the diamond, everybody knows where you are on the field, and you are must-see streaming when it comes to when you're up at the dish. Talk to me about, the pressures, being a senior this year, the pressures that maybe you feel or this year as you head into the postseason. Do you feel like every at-bat is something very important to this team's success?
For sure. I mean, I'm the leadoff batter. It's kind of my goal to get on base and have them all hit me around and get me in. I feel like I wouldn't say like there's a lot of pressure, but it's obviously like a big role to be able to go up first and not having a lot of time to read the pitcher and having to go in and just get on base for the team. But my team's doing a really good job this year of hitting and getting me in. So I think all praise really goes to them. I mean, I'm kind of just the one that gets on base and they hit me in. So
there's a lot of pressure to be a table setter, though, dude. I mean, you got to be, like you said, you got to get on base in order to score. So for you, what's your mentality? To lead off a game. What's your mentality when you're standing at the dish and looking 60 feet 6 inches away to someone who's trying to get you out and trying to stop you from accomplishing your goal?
Well, I mean, I try to catch him off guard because obviously no one's going to swing at the first pitch of the first game. But, I mean, I'm always down for that competition. Like, first pitch, if it's good, I'm trying to take that right field, left field, anywhere. I'm trying to take that ball somewhere. But, I mean, it's kind of like you have to have the mentality like I'm going to get on. Like, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to get a double. You have to have the mentality that you're going to get on base. Or, I mean, you're just going to psych yourself out and not get what you want.
That's the best part of watching you play is you can lead off the game and you're not the typical leadoff hitter. I mean, you could be a 3-hitter in every single lineup that you're ever in. But Britt likes having you at the top because you do get on base. You do set the table for the rest of the team. But it's a scenario where you can bunt for a hit because you got incredible speed. You can go gap to gap, and you've got some power. You showcase some power as well. Talk to me about, you're going in, you're starting the game. What's the first thing you talked about? Maybe ambushing the pitcher first pitch. But what are you looking for? Are you looking for first pitch fastball? Are you looking, can I just take this and drive this somewhere? Or is it just, hey, what contact, I'll get on base?
Well, when I was younger, and my knees were, not as destroyed as they are right now, I was always thinking just contact, get the ball in play. Like, I'm fast enough to get somewhere. But this year I've really been thinking kind of settle down. If it's a good pitch that's middle or inside middle, fastball, I'm taking that thing left field all day, or I'm trying to look for gaps more and more. But yeah, I think it's I'm kind of just looking for like more middle inside pitches. So I mean, yeah.
Your senior year postseason run, you guys are in the midst of it. Excuse me now, and you're actually getting ready for a game as we speak.
Yeah.
What are you looking for to get out of this year? I mean, potential is one thing, but for you, how far do you feel like this team can go? And have you started thinking about maybe what happens whenever you're done?
I mean, I haven't really thought of an end yet. I'm thinking this team can go really far because we could do anything we put our minds to. I mean, we went down to Tennessee and we played 4 really good teams there. And I'm sure that if we make it far enough, like, we're not going to see anybody that was like those teams down there. I don't really see an end for us. I know for sure if we get by today, we can win districts. I mean, Twinsburg is a good team, but we can go at them. We can compete with them, and University too. Like, we could definitely go compete with them. I mean, there's no team in our division that you can say we can't compete with. I mean, I think we could go really far this year.
I love hearing that. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to? I mean, what are some of the things that maybe you checked off your senior bucket list so far that you're looking forward to crossing that X right next to the goal?
I mean, trying to think. For myself, I mean, we don't have a runs record for our school, I guess. I was trying to break that this year, for myself, but for the team, I think, for us, definitely a district title. Yeah, I really want to bring a district title for Howland, get our name out there.
For you, what do you get most about your teammates?
Wait, what'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, what are you going to miss most about your teammates?
Oh, the energy and our bonding. Like, I feel like this year we've been playing together, like the kids below me and whatnot, like the kids below us, we've all been playing together since we were really young. I mean, we all love each other like we're all brothers. I mean, that's definitely gonna be something I miss this year. It's just like being like everyone in that dugout has a role and like they all know their role and like I don't know. It's just like we all work together really well, and I think that's what I'm gonna miss most about it. Yeah.
What are some of the pride points? I mean, I know that you have a lot of pride for every team you play for and teams that you play with, but to play for Howland, that's got to be a special thing for you because you represent your community. You represent a lot of people, including your family, when you put that jersey on. What are some of the pride points about you representing Howland and being a Howland Tiger?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I go out there, I represent my family all the time, you know. Definitely representing our coaches. Our coaches put in the time and work every day, so I'm just out there playing for them. And definitely the community. I mean, the community has given back to not only me, but like other kids around the area. They've given so much to everyone, and yeah, I'm just out there playing for them whenever I can do.
Howland always has kind of this special swagger. I mean, there's a confidence about being a Howland Tiger that everybody possesses, I think, that walks through those hallways. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
To be honest, I don't know. I think it's like, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I mean, it's just like, I think it's because we get it from the other schools in our conference. I think because, like, you know, Canfield always has a swagger, Fitch always has a swagger, and like, you know, I think we're just trying to come up with our own. So I mean, I don't know.
When you think about, you know, what it's like to graduate, you know, it seems like it seems like you've been around forever because your name's always in the highlights, your name's always in the headlines. But for you, what do you want people to take away about you and how you played and the kind of teammate or the kind of classmate that you were along the way?
I mean, I hope people think of me as like a good person. I mean, my mom raised me to always be a good person. You know, put people first. Don't think about yourself. I'm really hoping like people say I always play my hardest because I try to at least every day. I'm always playing every game like it's my last, like because I don't know what could happen. Anything can happen. And I wish people would say like that I was a loving person. I mean, I know it sounds cheesy, but like I always try to live my life through love. Like I'm not trying to have hate throughout my life. So I mean, yeah.
All right, man. Here's your pitch, because we talked a little bit earlier, and you're still looking for potentially a home at the next level to play baseball. Why should a coach look to you and say, "This is the guy I want to build the next 4 years of my program around"?
Well, I'll show up to everything you ever want. I mean, I'll always be there. I think I think no player around this area has as much grit as I do. I mean, I know that sounds like cocky, but I'm not trying to be cocky. I mean,
No, that's
I
fair.
I show a lot of grit. I mean, I try to show a lot of grit. I try to get through any way I can. Yeah.
No, I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, anybody that's ever watched you play understands that you've got a second gear that most people don't possess. So I don't think that is being cocky. I think being confident and knowing your abilities. So everybody, obviously you want to go and play sports, but you also want to study something. What thing that you're interested? What do you want to study at the next level?
Oh, I was thinking exercise science for physical therapy. That's what I'm thinking right now. But
How does that kind of catch your attention?
I don't know. It's like I've always wanted to be around sports, so I don't know. I was thinking like sports medicine or like something like that, and I was like, no, because you have to be like really smart to do that. And I'm up there, but like that's like a whole nother group of people. But yeah, I was thinking because if I could help anyone in any way, like I always want to do that. So
Luke, who were some of the guys along the way that helped you and kind of wrapped their arms around you and said, "Hey, you're going to be with us"? Who were some of those guys away for you?
Definitely my dad. My dad was always with me, like through when I was younger. My coach right now, Brett, he's always there for me no matter what. Coach Stella, my basketball coach, he's always there. He's always ready to fight with me through anything. So, yeah.
Who were some of those guys that maybe now you kind of extended that paw around and said, "Hey, you're one of my guys"?
Any of the guys on the teams, really, like any of the underclassmen. I try to show everyone that I could be there for them, and no matter what, and I'm always trying to lead them through the right path, and yeah.
What's the go-to meal for you, man? You got one meal that you can have, and it's got to be made up for you. Maybe a last meal. What is it?
That's tough. One meal. One meal.
One meal. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You could be anything in the world. One meal.
I might have to go. Oh, I might have to go to my Chipotle order. Can't lie. Actually,
Chipotle.
No. Maybe a good steak. Oh, Cleveland chop steak. Cleveland chop steak.
What is that?
You ever had it? You never had
No.
it? You gotta go to Cleveland.
Walk me through this.
It's in downtown Cleveland somewhere. It's called Cleveland Chop, and I went there one day for my brother's bachelor party, and it was the best steak I ever had. You like took a bite and it would melt in your mouth. It was crazy.
How do you order your steak?
Oh, I got it medium rare there. Medium rare.
Attaboy. He learns at a young age. Medium rare is the way to go always.
Yeah.
All right, you got $20 in your pocket. What's your go-to order before a game?
$20. Probably a double quarter pounder from McDonald's.
Double quarter pounder. Leading off too, man. That's dangerous.
Yeah, it's right down the road from me, so I always stop by and go get it.
I love it. All right. For you, man, you've done so much in your career. I know I've asked you what's left, but what things have you accomplished that you're most incredibly proud of?
I'd say being named a leader of the team. I mean, that's always been a dream of mine. Always having the title of leading someone. And right now, what I've accomplished, I'm currently, or I don't know if currently, I haven't checked since like yesterday, but yesterday when I looked, I was second in the state for runs scored, which I thought was pretty cool. Obviously, it wasn't all me. It was my teammates like Dom Santi and Bodie Biggin. I mean, they always drive me in when I'm on base. But, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool of what I've accomplished. So.
Luka, you've accomplished a lot, dude. We're so proud of you. We've been a fan for such a long time. It's hard to say goodbye, but we're hoping there's a few games left for you. Not only a district title, perhaps a regional, and hopefully a state title as well. And if that's not doable, hey, we'll see you in the YSN All-Star game. How about that?
Yep. Love that. Yep.
Buddy, we appreciate you so much. Thanks for taking some time out for us today, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
So there you have it. Luka Franzaglio, Howland Tiger. And I'll tell you what, as good as he is on the field, he is pretty damn good off of it too. Great young man, looking for some big things out of him, not just on the field. And hey, by the way, recruiters, colleges, universities, he's available. That's a nice little leadoff hitter. Start off, and he's a good program guy too. He'll do anything for anybody. So, Luka, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Howland is starting their game at 1:30 at Twinsburg. So they're going to be road warriors today. 9 seed Twinsburg. They're going to go on the road 1:30, and they're going to try to take down the Tigers.
Hey, one thing I've learned, you never doubt Britt Taylor and whatever team he has. You don't do it, because that's just fuel for the fire for the Tigers, which I'm sure they're either watching this or getting ready to take the field. So, hey, I say this on behalf of all of us here at YSN. Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
You go Howland Tigers because they're both Tigers, so we have to be very specific.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Go Fighting Britt Taylors.
Yes.
We go from one great baseball player to another. And this young man, you and I have been a fan of for so long, no matter what jersey he wears, no matter what time of year he wears it. This young fella has battled his way through adversity and continues to rewrite record books seemingly everywhere he goes. Ladies and gentlemen, having another stellar year right here in our valley. One of my favorites, man of few words, but many swings and many strikeouts on the bump. From Poland, Tyson Terajak. What's up, Ty? How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Dude, well, if we're being honest, I've been better. But now that you're here, it's wonderful. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Dude, it has been a roller coaster year for you and the Poland Bulldogs. All eyes were on this particular program and what you guys have been able to do on the field. Up, down, loop-de-loops, you guys have done it all. How has this year been for you? How has it been in the clubhouse? How have you guys continued to persevere throughout?
This year, I mean, it's definitely been a roller coaster. Changing schools has been a little different, but I was welcomed pretty easily. And it's been very fun to share this time with my brother and get to kind of experience this just one chance to play together. But I mean, it's been a great year. I mean, not winning the NE8 kind of sucks, but overall, I think that we've proved everybody that we're a pretty good team and that we have a very good team chemistry. So, I mean, overall this year, I think it's been great and probably one of my favorites.
You know, one of the reasons why expectations for this team were so high preseason is because the talent level is so high on this team. Talk about what it's like to kind of look around the squad and whether you win or lose your regular season games, especially now for pro season, you look around and know, like, we got the dudes to do this. How confident does that give you guys? How much confidence does that give you guys, I should say?
I would say it gives us a lot of confidence. I know our pitching is very strong and probably the best in the area, I would say our pitching staff is. So going into a game, knowing that we have that pitching on our backs, I think is just a great quality to have as a team. So going into games knowing that we have that pitching just builds confidence and kind of boosts the way you feel about these games. And hitting's coming together for us as well. We're not struggling like we were before. So honestly, I think we're at the right place, right time right now, and I think we're ready to go.
you have a really interesting dynamic because most pitchers aren't necessarily the key hitters in their lineup, but you, my friend, are. So when you're sitting there going like, man, my offense stinks, like you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. And we've seen you become a big part of the solution in driving in and generating runs for this Poland program. Talk to me about what it's like to have to obviously rely on your teammates, but when you can change the game with one swing the way you can, I don't know, the pressure that builds up kind of for you when you're at the plate, not just when you're on the bump.
I would definitely say it's a lot of pressure knowing that, like, while I'm pitching, I mean, we're not scoring runs. I kind of have to, it's almost like you have to help yourself out. And sometimes those situations are tough when you're trying to focus on both. And I guess the biggest thing is that I just keep playing. So whether or not we're scoring runs behind me or not while I'm on the bump, I just know if I see runners on base while I'm up, I got to put the ball in play, do something to help my team out. Because not only am I on the bump, but I'm also in the lineup. So I'm just as important as everybody else in the lineup. So it's really not just it's not for them just to have to score all the runs for me too. I got to help myself out a little bit too.
You talked earlier about being able to share the field with your brother this year, and talk a little bit more about what kind of dynamic that relationship is and how special it's been to be able to be on his team for at least 1 year.
I think it's been great. It's definitely made baseball enjoyable. Even when the games aren't probably the best, I would say. Even though I get to look in the dugout next to my right or left and see my brother there playing with me, even sharing the same side of the field with him, whether he's at shortstop, second, whatever, I'm at first. It's just something cool that I probably won't ever get to do again. And I think it's just a great thing and something that a lot of people wish they get to experience. But other than that, I think just we have a couple brothers that are playing together on the team, and I think that's kind of gotten us a lot closer as a team and has helped, honestly, the upperclassmen and lowerclassmen like become tight with each other.
Obviously, baseball runs in your DNA. I mean, a lot of good baseball running through those veins, dude. Why has baseball always been kind of like that first love for you?
I would just say it's because it's the first thing I was really ever introduced to, and it's always a lot of people when growing up would always talk about my family and how successful they were in baseball. So I kind of just wanted to be like them. So that's just what I picked up immediately and just kind of stuck with it.
Having that kind of success in your family tree, it's got to be kind of a blessing and a curse. Has it ever been kind of pressure on you to be like, hey, I got to hold up that Terry Jack legacy?
I would say definitely when it comes to pitching, it is not so much the hitting because, I mean, based off what my dad and uncle did, they were both pitchers in college. So the pitching side of things is definitely a lot more pressure for me when it comes to that because I feel like I have to live up to them. But when it comes to the hitting, I just kind of do it myself. I guess I don't really think about it. I don't really try to do too much. I'm not trying to like live up to them when it comes to hitting.
Well, what I love is you've had to live up to yourself because you've made quite the name for yourself in a lineup, whatever it may be, and wherever that name might be written on the lineup card. For you, do you feel that sense of pressure to be kind of Mr. Everything all the time? Do you put pressure on yourself, or do you kind of like, do you just go in and you be you?
I definitely know the pressure's there and that I play a pretty significant role on the team, but I mean, I'm kind of just there. I don't really like try to think about stuff like that or let it really get to me. I just try to enjoy it, just keep playing because, I mean, one day you're hitting, you're going to see the ball like it's a beach ball. The next day you might not even come close. So it's just part of the game. You can't really let like one game get to you and you just got to keep playing. You can't really let stuff like that just get at you.
You know, this is a sport that people love for a good reason, right? Everyone loves baseball and they love it for different reasons. What is it for you that makes you fall in love with the sport?
I just like the mental side of it. It's a lot of teaches you how to like pretty much get over adversity. You know, it's probably the most failing sport. It's very hard. So I think it just teaches you to kind of get back up after you've been knocked down. Just forget about things, let things go. It teaches you, I would say, a good amount of life lessons.
You've gone through all the processes, right? You've done everything that you've wanted to do, I would assume. Is there anything left on your list of things to check off that bucket list before you graduate? Or I guess hang up the cleats at Poland High?
Well, being at regionals for the last 3 years of my career, I would hope to at least get past there and make it to state. So whether or not I win state or not, that'd be great. But I think the biggest thing I have to do in my career and before I graduate is definitely win regional final.
Now let's talk after you graduate. What are some of the plans that are there for you after you do graduate from Poland?
After graduating, I either plan on continuing my baseball career or just pursuing going to business. I've been just kind of thinking about both, so not exactly 100% sure what I'm doing yet. Trying to see what other options I have for playing, but I definitely don't want to give it up yet, but I just got to see where I can go.
All right, so that's an easy question for me. What characteristics would coaches feel like they're getting with you, and why should you be a member of their team?
I would just say I'm very hardworking. I'm easy to coach. I'm not going to give you a hard time. If I'm there, I'm definitely there because I want to be there. So I'm not going to show up and put in no effort. I'll put in all the effort I got. And just being coachable. If you see something that I need to fix, I'll go ahead and try to fix it the best I can and take your advice.
When you're talking about things you need to fix, one of the things that I've loved about watching your career is you seem like a guy that can coach yourself pretty well. Like there's probably not a lot that your coaches have had to tell you that you need to fix before you already knew it yourself. What are some things that you've worked on over your career a lot to kind of improve on from year one of high school to now here you are in the last year of high school?
A lot of things I've done is just like I practice when it comes to hitting. A lot of the time I'll like drop my hands or something or like pull off too much. So a lot of the things that I worked on is just trying to keep my hands on top of the baseball, just working on drills like that. And then focusing on hitting the ball to the right side so that if I'm early, then that's when I catch it out in front pretty good, and that's when it might go out. So just a lot of things like that hitting wise, and then pitching wise is just all mechanical wise. So there's a lot of things like trying to stay loose, not trying to throw it as hard as you can every time, learning how to stay compact, just a lot of things like that. Just really focusing on what makes you feel comfortable as a player.
Ty, you mentioned playing baseball and continuing that legacy, but you also mentioned business, which piqued my interest because I'm really interested of what business looks like to you, what you'd ultimately want to do, and what business you'd like to run.
Business-wise, two things I've always thought about is obviously staying in something towards sports, getting involved in sports, staying with it, because it's always been my passion. But another thing I've always enjoyed or wanted to start was like my own restaurant or something like that, because I don't know, I just always thought that would be something fun to do. I know it's probably a pain, but it just always seemed something fun and interesting to do, to kind of have a family-owned business.
All right.
Or a restaurant.
Restaurant. What are we feeding people?
I'm a big Mexican guy, so I probably got to be like I'm not going to be straight Mexican, but I'm probably going to be like your street tacos, just
a little Terrajack taco truck.
Yeah,
I like it.
Could be. Yeah.
I like it.
What's your favorite Mexican dish?
It's enchilada from Alvarado. So that's probably my favorite, and I guess can't go wrong with the taco, I guess, but I'm not a big burrito guy. They're a little too big for me. I don't ever finish them.
Would you name it Oppo Taco?
I
How
like
sweet
that.
would that be?
That would be sweet. That's perfect.
Now we're cooking with gas. We're cooking with the real question is, Anthony, you're asking him about Mexican dishes. Do you eat Mexican? I've never seen you eat anything other than cheese pizza.
You're talking to me? Yeah. I'm good for a taco. Nachos.
What does the taco have on it? Just meat and cheese, I'm betting.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a plain Jane.
Chicken nugget guy. Ty, for you, outside of tacos, I mean, why business? Is it the competitiveness of business? Is it just, being able to run your own show? What is it?
I think the big business side of things is that, like, over the years, like, sports wise, I think it's taught me how to work as a team, how to be a leader. So I feel like that's the best way for me to go as being an athlete, just knowing that, like, I could work with other people. I know how to take a leadership role, and I feel like I would do a good job at that.
You talk about leadership, and I'm sure you don't get to the leader you are without people in your life that kind of taught you how to lead. Who are some of those people that come to mind that you think really molded the leader that you are now?
The people that definitely molded me were my dad. Sean Wardle definitely did too. And then definitely some of my coaches in travel ball have taught me a lot of things about just being a leader, kind of trying to be there for guys. Obviously, in travel, you don't really, if you're playing far away, you don't really know those guys too well, but a lot of those coaches will teach you to kind of build something together to become a leader.
What is your number one favorite thing about being part of a team?
I'd probably just say that the experiences that you get to go through as a team. I know every team goes through something different, and it's like whether or not you guys pick each other up or not. So it's just the experiences that you go through that it teaches you a lot of things in life, and it's just whether or not you guys are close or not, and it shows like who a real team will be.
We always ask, what are you going to miss the most when you graduate? But I want to twist it, because there's always one part of high school, whether you love high school or you don't. So that one part that you can't wait to get rid of, that one part of high school. What are you going to miss the least about your high school experience?
Probably the tests.
That a boy. I would go with homework, but tests are 1A. Sorry about it.
I don't mind homework because you do bad on a test. The homework will get your grade back up, but yeah,
that insinuates that you got to do well on a test, and I never did that. So homework, I didn't do homework, so I didn't do well on tests. Ty, you're way better than me, and that's why you're going to do way better than me in life as well, buddy. We're proud of you. All right, so I got to ask you, since we're talking about food, and you live at the ballpark essentially 6 months out of the year, best ballpark food you've ever had, and where did you get it?
Definitely nachos at Cleveland Guardians Stadium. So I don't know. I just
the cheese.
Think it's great. What? No, I get
just
everything. I get the nachos. I get chicken on it. I get the jalapenos, salsa. Get it all. The lettuce. Eat it out of the baseball hat.
The helmet?
Great. Yeah, the helmet. Yeah.
Oh, you're living big.
Yeah.
You're living big. I go for like the $3 nachos or whatever. It's just the chips and cheese. It's like, hey.
Yeah. Go all out.
That's why you're the man. You're, again, way better off than I'll ever be. Gonna have his own truck, Oppo Taco truck coming to a location near you. TerraJack. I can't even get it out, dude. Your wife is just setting sail, and you're just beginning, man. We're so proud of you. You've been so fun to watch, and we're so happy we're not done yet watching you. Thank you for sitting with us. We appreciate you greatly, and best of luck to you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
You got it, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyson TerraJack. Thank you, Tyson. Hey, Poland not going to be an easy out in this tournament. I can tell you that right now.
Poland has the talent and the pieces to make a deep run, and he said it in one of his first answers. They have the pitching. When you go 1-2, especially when you go 1-2, 1-2 like you do in the tournament, you're not going to catch them on a 4 guy, start day. It's you have to beat their ace or you have to beat their 1A, and they're both extremely good pitchers. So good luck scoring against Poland, and if you do, their offense can definitely back their pitchers up a little bit.
Dude's got like a wall full of awards, but he's going to have that Pullen Seminary high school degree, that diploma. He's got the School of Hard Knocks because the kids battled through adversity.
Yep.
And boy, oh boy, is he going to just give you a master class in hitting if you try to just get one across on him. He hit 2 home runs in one game down in Myrtle Beach. He is not afraid to swing the bat, and he swings it hard, and he is angry when he swings it. So pitchers beware. Terajak is a frightful experience if he's in the box, but hey, also throwing like 20 strikeouts a game. I mean, he's an absolute dog. No pun intended on the mound. So thank you to Tyson Terajak for joining us today. Probably, I'm just going to guess, Ant, probably going to be in line for some awards come postseason for YSN.
Maybe.
Just a guess. Wild guess. But I will tell you, with Tyson, now that interview is in the rear view. He's ready to go. He's gearing up. He had that sweet, swaggy Pullen baseball shirt on. Well done. We roll out the burgundy and gold carpet for a young lady who I don't know that I've ever seen her do anything but smile. She smiles constantly. It's always there. She's always one of the best teammates you can ever imagine. And when it comes to being versatile and clutch, same level. She can play any position, and she can do it at the highest of the levels. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our distinct honor and privilege to bring in from South Range, Heidi Bartels. Hi, Heidi.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I mean, there's the smile right
There's
there.
that smile.
And it's a signature one. It is the $1 million smile. Hopefully for you someday, you can cash in on that. Heidi, let's talk about the adversity. And we talked about roller coaster with Tyson. South Range has been on a roller coaster. We talked about it with your teammates. I mean, the adversity that you faced, you've been all over the place. You started last year catching, unbelievable job behind the dish, and now you found yourself filling in wherever you can get in. What has that experience been like for you to just be able to be a great teammate and fill in wherever necessary?
Well, it's really easy to like help out my team when I have such great teammates. It's not too difficult for me to move around just because I've done that my whole life. Like even growing up, like playing softball, I've always just moved around. And it's just really exciting to know that my coaches and teammates have enough faith in me that I'm able to do so.
You know, we're sitting here talking about how happy you are all the time. This is not the sport that makes it easy. I mean, you fail a lot in this sport, no matter how good you are. So I guess the question that you've probably been asked thousands of times by everyone is, how do you maintain that just happy, positive attitude all the time on the softball diamond?
You know, it's really easy to be like super happy with all the teammates that I have in the dugout. They're all really reassuring, and they are always there to like pick me up whenever I'm down or whenever I'm struggling. So it's just super easy to stay happy for them and even myself.
We've talked about this senior group a lot. Gretchen, your sister, the only senior that ended up moving on last year due to graduation. When you think about this team, it's almost like having the same team, with all due respect, for 2 years, to be able to kind of blend those cheeses, so to speak, with each other, to get the flavors and understand who each other are and kind of get that cohesion. For you, you're kind of the only one that was like, okay, well, you know, if we have Gabby catching, that means I've got to find my spot somewhere else. But your bat has been the most consistent thing perhaps in this lineup all year long. What has it been like for you to have to lead, to have to follow, to have to just kind of get in where you fit in throughout the year? But and I want to draw the attention to this, that Triway game, you really started the party, young lady.
Yeah, it's really easy to like follow and follow my seniors because they're such great seniors. Gretchen was a great senior last year for us, and I know I'm biased because she's my sister, but I think she did a really good job leading the team. And I think the seniors this year kind of followed in her footsteps in a way, and like are trying to like coach and lead my team, the underclassmen and my teammates. But it's also really easy to follow them and play for the seniors because they are such great teammates, and we are all really, really close with all of them.
You know, Heidi, you probably felt the absence of Gretchen more than anybody on this team. Like you said, you're biased a little bit. You're her sister. What has it been like this year being the only Bartels on the team?
You know, Gretchen is still mentioned multiple times throughout the practices and the games, so it honestly feels like she's still there sometimes. But you know, it's kind of sad because I loved playing with Gretchen. I had so much fun, and I played with her all the time when I was younger. So it's kind of sad, but you know, she's off in college doing great things. So.
There's a younger Bartels that not many people know about doing big things on his own over in EP. Talk to me about the competition level between siblings, you, Brad, and Gretchen.
We're all really close. Me, my brother, and my sister were all super, super close. And when we all are playing sports, we have this like competition hitting wise. Like it's with my hitting coach, and whoever can hit like the most home runs in a season will get a big bag of high chews, which are like yummy candies that we love. We all love. So it's really exciting. It's like a little bit of competitive.
Do it for the high twos, right?
Yes.
Uh, when you think about your family extended, right? Because we know this is a big Bartels family. Your dad is always a fixture at the softball games. What's it like? Give us a little bit of a peek behind the curtain of what it's like to be a part of this family.
I I am super, super close with my family, and every single one of my family members are always so supportive of me and everything I do. I always know that they're like cheering me on no matter what. My dad is always videotaping, and he's always there to capture every moment no matter what.
What I love, yes, he is. He's going to put us out of business someday because he's got so much tape. But what I'll say is this: is you've talked a lot about your teammates, but what I want to focus on is how good of a teammate you are, because you are. I mean, it's evident and always kind of at the top of the level. You can see how good of a teammate you are. Why do you take so much pride in being a good teammate over your batting average or where you are in the field?
Well, I think at the end of the day, softball is just a game. Like I love softball so much, but in reality, it's just a game. Like I don't ever want to be the type of teammate that like girls don't want to go to practice because I'm there, or girls don't want to have fun on the softball field because they're scared of like what I'm going to say to them or yell at them or something like that. I just don't want, I would never ever want someone to like not like be excited to go to practice because of me. And I know there's some teammates like out there on other teams that are like that, and that's not how it is. It's supposed to be fun. It's softball.
I'm just trying to imagine Heidi yelling at anybody for anything, like ever getting mad. Like, let's just have
Without
well, like
smiling.
what are some things that get like? Is there anything that can get you upset and mad and then lose that smile?
Honestly, I can't think of anything specific, but I'm sure there's times that I've lost it.
Imagine her just screaming her face off at you and
With a
smiling the
smile.
entire time. What's your game, Bartels? I don't know if you think he's serious or not. Um, let's talk about. I mean, this has been. We talked about the adversity that you faced with the record this year, being an underclassman, and understanding that you're going to have to go through this yourself a couple more times, and understanding kind of leading by example and preparing yourself for that. I mean, with the stuff that Coach Farron has gone through, that you girls have gone through together, because when a coach goes through it, you go through it too. What have you learned about yourself during some of these adverse times this season and even going in back into last season?
Honestly, like I've realized that like I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was, and same thing with my teammates. Like my teammates, we've all gone through similar things throughout the season, obviously, because we're a team, and I feel like we all carried it really well, and we approached obstacles a lot better than like honestly I thought we could. And I don't know, I'm just like really proud of my whole team because that's hard to do and it's not easy.
I think one of the most memorable days for this team this year, it goes way past winning and losing softball games, was the spaghetti dinner for Coach Farron, where you guys got to serve basically the community. I mean, you were the ones bringing everybody food. You were the ones that were, working the kitchen, all that fun stuff. What was that like for you to kind of see the community support that this team really has right in your face? I mean, you can't deny it because it's all in the same room together, and to kind of be able to serve the people that come to your games and serve you a little bit in the community.
Yeah, no, it was super exciting and I was so happy to see how many people showed up for Mr. Farron, and for our community because truthfully we weren't really sure how many people would show up and support just because like, it was like kind of all of a sudden. We just kind of planned it for Mr. Farron. And it was just really exciting to see all these familiar faces that we saw to support Mr. Farron.
Did you feel like I did? That was the turning point in the season?
Um, Honestly, I'm not really sure if that was a turning point. It might have been, but we've had a lot of talks like with our coaches and within the teammates, and I don't know. I just feel like we all kind of like came together a little bit during this time, and it allowed for like better results towards the end.
Heidi, you talk about towards the end. Here we are in postseason, and the Raiders are just where they always are, in the mix of everything. What is it about this dugout, about this coaching staff, about this program that seems to always find their best softball when it matters the most in postseason?
Well, I feel like towards the end of the season, again, like we came together as a team, and our coaches never stopped believing in us. They saw us go through some challenges and some changes throughout like the lineup and like how we were playing because we were struggling a little bit in the infield and the outfield. We were just struggling, and the coaches never gave up on us. They showed us that we could do anything that we wanted to, no matter what. So I just think it was like towards the end they came through and they never stopped believing in us.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. Not a great spot to be in, but if the bases are loaded, you're down by 2. Who do you want up at the with 2 outs? Who do you want up to represent your team?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, everybody on my team is like really good at hitting, and we're all pretty consistent. But honestly, I think if I had to pick, I'd put Selena de Jesus up there. I think
She's
so.
dealing right now. She's hitting the ball
Mhm.
hard.
She is so talented. She's so talented.
And also that's someone that's been there, done that too. So I mean, you can't go, like you said, you can't go wrong. But you have someone
Yeah.
that has been in big moments time and time again, and I would trust Selena there as well. Heidi, we talk about the offense, who you wanted to play. What about like balls hit up in the air, and if it drops, it's going to be you're going to lose the game. Like it's going to be a walk-off base hit. What defender do you trust the most to make a diving catch?
Oh, honestly, I think I would choose Gianna Pauline.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Nailed
I
it.
would.
You said diving
Yeah.
catch. Anytime you say diving in
Yeah.
South
She's
Range,
super
it's
good.
G. See ya. She's like
Yes.
Supergirl.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
She's so quick. Yes,
Unbelievable.
exactly.
Okay, so
Exactly.
let's talk about the situation that people would want you up. Where do you feel that your strength is? Where do you feel like you could come through for the team in any given situation and people would have a lot of confidence in the seat you're in saying Heidi Bartels?
I think a lot of my teammates and supporters have faith in me at the plate. Um, I mean, obviously I've had failures at the plate, but everybody has, and I don't know. I just feel like I have a lot of confidence at the plate this year, and I think I could come through it like tough times.
I'll say, I think if there's ever a moment when you desperately need a hitter to put the ball in play, that's where I want you up, because you do not strike out almost ever. So I know that Heidi's going to put the ball in play. It might be an out, but you're going to move runners. You're going to put the ball in play way more than you don't. So that's where I would do it for sure. Talk about that though. You are such a good 2-strike hitter. What's your mentality when you get 2 strikes up at the plate?
Well, if you ever go up to the plate with 2 strikes, like hoping for a ball, you're probably going to strike out. That's what I always tell myself because you're looking to walk and you can't do that. You always have to look to hit because if you don't, then you're probably going to strike out. You need confidence at the plate no matter what.
Well, your sister was FedEx. That must make you Amazon Prime because you just continue to deliver in 2-day shipping for absolutely everyone. Heidi, we are so grateful to have you around for seems like you've already been around forever and we've got forever to go. We're so happy for you. We're huge fans of you. Just keep doing your thing and keep smiling, kiddo. We're proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Ladies and gentlemen, Heidi Bartels. Such a great young lady. Unbelievable. And I think the sky's the limit for her. So big time opportunities for that young lady. And kudos to the Bartels family.
Right.
I mean, they just continue to do it the right way, smiling, getting it done. And, whenever someone needs something, they always step up to the plate and they always deliver. So FedEx couldn't have been a better name for somebody. But, hey, Amazon Prime's pretty good too. Not an advertisement, by the way,
Nope.
yet.
Yes.
Come on, Amazon Prime.
I like yet. Get on the bandwagon.
Speaking of advertisements, we have a couple great advertisers here in the Valley that make this show and so many of our streams possible for you. One of them being our good friends at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown, Anthony.
Yeah, Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown, they're going to go the extra mile for you. They're going to make sure that you're always taken care of. We try to do the same thing on this show every day. We try to go the extra mile for you, for your communities, for your athletes. One of the ways that Greenwood Chevrolet, though, they go the extra mile, they have a lot of great new and used vehicles on their lot, including the brand new 2025 Chevy Trax. It looks slick. It's got everything you want out of a brand new vehicle. It's got the 4-wheel drive. It's got everything that you want. So make sure to go down to Greenwood Chevrolet today. Ask them about the Chevy Trax. Get a test drive and see how you feel about it. And then come back and sign that paperwork, get the job done with their great sales department, and make sure you get yourself in a Chevy today. They'll go the extra mile for you at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
And if you're going places, it must mean you're talking about Toyota of War. And that's what I do when I drive every day, my Toyota Tundra or my wife's Toyota 4Runner. My goodness, man, do we get to go places. And we get to go places in style. That Tundra is the smoothest ride with the largest screen in the middle of the console. So even blind people like us, Anthony, we know where we're going and we know how to get there because they have that great navigation system. You talk about great things this thing is high tech. I'm pretty sure the aliens are going to just pick me up one day and steal the technology that Toyota has in that particular vehicle. And I'll tell you the other thing. I talked about smooth ride. Dude, it doesn't get any better than that brand new body of the 4Runner that they have on the 2025. So if you're looking for a new ride, if you're looking for a used vehicle, you need to go check out our friends at Toyota of Warren and make sure you tell them why I sent you. Knock on the window. Say, Tino, DJ told me to come here. Why do I need to be here? He's going to direct you to Chuck. Chuck is going to make sure that you get in something that is affordable for you, naturally, is comfortable. He's going to tell you about everything from pillar to post, how to build that vehicle, how to break it down and rebuild it if you really need to do that. He's going to make sure that garage door button works for you whenever you hit that button. Even if it's not your garage door, maybe. You might get lucky. You hit that button, your neighbor's garage door pops open. Who knows? But then he's going to take you over to our good friend Jimmy Wilson, who's going to make sure that you have a comfortable monthly rate that you are okay with. It's not going to break the bank, and you got plenty of money to go across, just like Luca Franzaglio, and get that double quarter pounder with cheese. Okay, he's going to make sure you're not broke as a joke. He's going to make sure you're happy, and that's all thanks to our friends at Toyota of Warren. Thank you, Toyota of Warren. Thank you, Greenwood Chevrolet, for all your great things and support over the last 7-8 years. Unbelievable. And they make it all done and all possible for you. So thank you to those great sponsors. And thank you to our sponsor, Joe Dickey Electric, who makes the Spark possible for you each and every weekday that we are on. It's the time, as a matter of fact, for the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark? Presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and they are available on the web at Dickey Electric 24/7, 365. Almost messed that up. 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com.
My spark for the day, it was a great weekend for my family on Friday. My brother, Billy, welcomed his 4th child. Riley Captain Hartwig is now a member of our family officially. So we want to congratulate him and Diana and the family there for that. And we can't wait to watch all the kiddos that he has grow up, but especially Riley and man, what a great weekend. What a great weekend to have her on Memorial Weekend.
Welcome to the team, Riley. We're proud of you. Looking forward to big things from you like never before. As far as that goes, I mean, a great weekend at the Oakley household as well. Took a little trip to Pittsburgh on Sunday. hung out with the in-laws, Sarah's parents. Great food, unbelievable food. And then on Monday, we kind of laid low a little bit. Just made sure that, I was cleaned the cars a little bit, cleaned the garage, cleaned out the truck. So for the first time since football season, I feel like I know where everything is. So I'm ready to go. We're ready to mess it all up again. Seemingly when football starts, at least in my mind, it starts in like a day or so, because that's how it works at YSN.
Cue Sam with the comment about football any minute now.
Well, Sam and I have boxing on Saturday, so we've got a couple things to get through. Then, of course, the All-Star game for baseball on the 15th. We're hoping, fingers crossed, that we get word back from YSU today, and hopefully on the 18th of June is when we will have the All-Star softball game at YSU. But we will wait and stamp that whenever that becomes official. I'm excited, man. We talked about over 90 potential players in the YSN All-Star game, and I know there's a nice list of softball players too on a Wednesday night. Whew. It's my favorite thing.
It's going to be so fun. It's going to be the biggest All-Star game we've ever had if all those numbers play out, for sure. And we're going to have a party.
Always is a party. And we will debut on Friday. Let's just do it on Friday, where the organization that we are going to support with these All-Star games will be here for 2025 baseball and softball. We're excited to debut that and let people know, because they're all great organizations, nonprofits, but to me, this is one that hits close to home, and I'm excited about it. So we'll debut that on Friday. So that's a show. That's a great show, Ant. Thank you to our guests, Luca and Tyson and Heidi. And we could have wait a minute. We should probably check before. Potentially no show tomorrow. If there are games, we will not have a show because we kind of have to do that. But if there are no games, we'll sit here and probably talk and complain that there aren't any games in the weather. And we'll probably blame it all on Andrew DePaulo.
Yes.
Sorry, Andrew. Sorry about your luck. Tough straits when you're our friend. So that is going to do it for our show on this Tuesday. Trying to remember it's Tuesday. Feels like it is the Mondayest Tuesday we've ever had. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Crazy. Get out there, support your local high school sports teams, and make sure that if you can't, that you tune in to ysnlive.com so you can do it from home, the comfort of your own confines. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been YSN Live for this Tuesday, the 27th of May. Anthony, may the sports be with you.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.